The evolution of hotels and Disney Imagineering is upon us. The Star Wars universe has come alive in a fully immersive vacation experience, which allows guests to fulfill their fantasy of living inside the Star Wars universe. Of course, this comes at a huge cost, an average of $6,000 for a 3-day experience. So what are you getting for that huge price tag? In this video, we will break down the entire experience in order to help you decide if the Galactic Starcruiser is worth spending all those Imperial credits on for you and your family on your next visit to Orlando, Florida. But before that, we here at DDU upload new videos every 2 weeks, so make sure you smash that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on videos that cover everything you need to know about Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando Resort. Now let's roll the intro and hear a word from our sponsor, Majestic Vacations. Are you planning your next vacation to Disney World, Universal Orlando Resort, or both? Are you planning to travel abroad to breathtaking destinations like Antigua, Bali, or Cancun? Or maybe your next destination is to the incredible European countries like France, England, Germany, Ireland, or others. No matter where in the world your next dream vacation is, Majestic Vacations has you covered. Offering travel services of the highest quality, their experience and commitment to customer satisfaction has earned them a solid reputation in the travel industry. They make the vacation planning process simple, easy, and fun. They will get you the absolute best deals, give you the best advice, and work hard to make your dream vacation a reality. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to their website or call this number on the screen to start planning a truly memorable vacation. Majestic Vacations. Don't just dream it, book it. We're going to break down each part of this hotel experience section by section to ensure that we cover all the bases and provide you with all the information that you need while you're considering whether or not this experience is right for you and your family. The only logical place to start is at the arrival point. First impressions go a long way, and unfortunately, Disney really missed the mark here. First of all, you drive down a side road, which is shared by cast members. How do you know which way to go? Well, there are shipping containers with the Galactic Starcruiser logo on it, pointing you in the right direction. It's just tacky and lazy, especially with what we come to expect from Disney. Look at the entrance to the Haunted Mansion. It's themed perfectly and really sets up the attraction. This looks like something you would see along a side street. It's just well below what Disney is capable of. Arriving at the terminal, you can even see the backstage area of Hollywood Studios. Now they do have white glove service here, where the cast members take your luggage, assure safe delivery to your room, and get you checked in. The music is something that the arrival point gets absolutely right. It really builds the anticipation and excitement, and begins to make you feel like you are about to enter the Star Wars universe. I don't mean to sound like I'm completely bashing Disney here, but for $6,000, you just expect more from this arrival point. From what we see at the parks and other hotels, you just expect more immersion from the entrance. For many people, Disney is the gold standard for parks and experiences, and unfortunately, the arrival point completely misses that high bar. From the pictures of the rooms which have been floating around the internet, the first thought is that they are very small. However, according to many people who have ventured aboard the Starcruiser since its opening, they claim that the pictures are almost like an optical illusion. The bunk beds can actually comfortably seat a guest who is 6 feet tall. The bedding is the same comfort which you get at every Disney hotel, which, as we all know, is absolutely great. The viewpoint in the room is also amazing, with the screen meshing up with everything that is currently happening aboard the ship. For example, when a hyperspace jump is performed during bridge training, you can actually see it from the viewpoint of your room. It syncs up with the overall story of the experience very well. Disney really hit the mark with the rooms, and they are a true highlight of the adventure. Unfortunately, you will not be spending much time in your room, as you'll be spending the majority of your time engaging in the various activities and being immersed in the overall show. The food is pretty lackluster. The best dining experience is a Sublight Lounge. They have excellent snacks, such as the smoked cheese and cloche and chips. The cocktails have also received very favorable reviews, but these come at an additional cost. The buffets range from under-seasoned to barely edible. People have said that the chocolate chip cookies were the best part of the buffet, which is both worrisome and kinda hilarious. The second night dinner is themed around a taste around the galaxy, with each dish being themed to a different planet. Reviews of these dishes vary from good to forgettable, with nothing really standing out as a 5-star dish. I hate to butcher Disney, but come on, seriously? You can forgive the entrance to the hotel. Like, okay, it needs some improvements, but you're only there for a few minutes at most, so it's not really a huge deal. But the food is something you absolutely have to hit a home run with when you're charging this much money. And then they charge extra for cocktails at the Sublight Lounge. Like for $6,000, alcohol should be included. The quality of the food would be forgivable if this were one of the value resorts, but this is a high-end experience at a high-end price. For a cost of $6,000, every meal should have a 5-star rating, period. Now, to be fair, the experience while dining is absolutely incredible, but that has nothing to do with the food, which is why I have not taken that into account in this section. The food itself is a massive letdown and is completely unforgivable at this price point. Now, in the previous sections, I did a lot of honest bashing about the Galactic Starcruiser. However, in terms of the experience and activities, this is where Disney has completely hit it out of the park. Or should we say, hit it out of the galaxy. The cast is absolutely phenomenal, and this includes the ones who aren't even trained actors. Every cast member is a character in the overall story, and they will tell you all about their homeworld, all about themselves, and provide you with countless facts about the Star Wars universe that you would only find out if you read the hundreds upon hundreds Star Wars novels. Now, as a guest, you are also part of the story. and upon arrival, you have a choice of two paths: the Resistance or the First Order. And depending on which path you choose, that will dictate how certain cast members will interact with you. For example, if you chose the Resistance path, a Resistance-based cast member will be friendly towards you. A First Order cast member, however, will probably mock you for choosing the wrong side and vice versa. Again, the cast is incredible at improv, which can lead to some hilarious interactions. The bad part of the experience is the My Disney Parks app. It is recommended that you use the device that Disney provides to you because guests are having issues with the app on their smartphones. The other downside is the excursion to Galaxy's Edge, which is necessary in order to help your chosen alliance. On board the Starcruiser, the app will send you on tasks involving interacting with various cast members or completing missions for your chosen path. And these missions are a lot of fun to complete. But at Galaxy's Edge, these missions are essentially going to this location, solving a puzzle at this location, etc. They're just not as fun or engaging. And the transportation to Galaxy's Edge is also a letdown. Originally, this was supposed to have a huge video screen and a live droid pilot. However, budget cuts happened, and now this is just a basic box truck ride to Galaxy's Edge. Now, you do have lightning lanes and a meal voucher to cover you while you're at Galaxy's Edge, but you just can't escape the fact that you have paid $6,000 to spend some time at Hollywood Studios, which you could have done for around $100. However, on the positive side, the food at Galaxy's Edge is actually better than the food at the hotel, and you do get one free alcoholic beverage. Rise of the Resistance, amazing as it is still essentially the same exact experience. But if you're wearing your Halcyon passenger button, you might get some unique interactions with cast members. Over at Smuggler's Run, the ride does see Hondo add 2 additional lines at the beginning of the pre-show and 2 additional lines when you exit. The lines he says at the exit are actually very important because they allude to the coaxium, which plays an important role in the plot of the Galactic Starcruiser. Speaking of the story, having 48 hours to watch a story unfold piece by piece is the evolution of the masterful storytelling that Disney is famous for. Without getting into spoilers, you have to understand that the story plays out as a real-life scenario. It goes room by room, hallway by hallway, deck by deck. You are completely surrounded by it, and it is unlike anything you have ever experienced before. During your entire stay, big story events begin happening all across the ship, which are lengthy scenarios that set you up to play a role in the epic finale. The tension escalates with each scenario, building up to an incredible conclusion. The entire experience is a well-orchestrated system that is a lot of fun to watch, play, or be a part of. There are various activities that range from traditional cruise activities, like a variation of bingo, a variation of the Newlywed Game, and droid racing, as well as lightsaber training, which, despite skeptical opinions prior to the opening of the hotel, is actually a truly one-of-a-kind, can't-miss experience. Now you also have a choice. You can either get really into the role-playing, which will put you more and more into the story, or you can just sit back and watch all the events unfold. The cast will obviously be much more engaged with you if you decide to actively roleplay, but that is completely your decision, and you're never pressured to do anything you're not comfortable with. Overall, the Galactic Starcruiser is a mix of incredible to awful. The overall story and experience is some of the best storytelling that you will ever see or be a part of. From a story and experience standpoint, the Starcruiser is truly in a tier of its own. How they make you part of the story, how the story happens all around you over a 3-day period, goes above and beyond even what longtime Disney fans would expect of Imagineering. It's phenomenal, and you will never experience anything like this. However, there are some huge flaws. The food is just awful. There are honestly no other words you can use to describe it. Sure, it has some highlights, but when the food in Galaxy's Edge has better reviews than the food at a $6,000 hotel, there is a problem, and Disney really needs to address this in the near future. The rooms are excellent, but you won't be spending a lot of time in your room as there's so much to do within the overall story. The entrance is pretty lackluster, but Disney can very easily change that with some additional theming and architecture. Of course, the $6,000 question is whether or not the Galactic Starcruiser is worth the price. That is entirely up to you. We here at DDU don't like to give opinions on that. We just like to provide you with all the information so that you can decide for yourself. I will say this, there have been a lot of cancellations, despite the experience being better than the low expectations which Disney set through the disastrous promotional videos that they made leading up to the grand opening. Taking that into account, eventually Disney will run through the amount of guests who are willing to pay that $6,000 price, and that will force them to start dropping the cost of admission. So, the only advice I will give is that it might be worth it to wait for that price drop to happen and go from there. I'm not saying this is a bad hotel. It's not. The story is incredible, and I truly believe that this concept is the next generation and evolution of hotels and resorts. However, you really need to think about whether or not the current price tag is going to be worth it for you and your family. With that said, if you liked the video, please smash that like and subscribe button, as it would really help this channel to grow. And if you have any ideas for future videos, or if you just want to talk about Disney or Universal in general, leave a comment in the comment section below. Happy planning, everyone. Thanks for watching.